Hello, I'm Viet Kung. Welcome to Thái Nguyên News. Now today's headlines. The provincial leaders checked the implementation of the socio-economic development plan in 2013. Transport Minister inspects freeway construction progress in Hanoi Thái Nguyên route. Launching Thái Nguyên Spring Newspaper 2013 and Koh Muay Pagoda and Temple Festival. On February 16th, the delegations led by Mr. Dương Ngọc Long, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, went to check the implementation of the tasks of socio-economic development in two districts, Định Hóa and Phú Lương. On behalf of the province, Mr. Dương Ngọc Long confirmed that next time Phú Lương district should continue paying attention to the new rural construction and working hard so that at least 20% of communes in the district would meet criteria of new rural areas by 2015. Furthermore, the district should focus on reviewing and implementing industrial zones to attract investment, providing stable jobs, and gradually improving income for the local people. At Định Hóa district, on the Tet holiday, the district effectively performed the social welfare on policy families who contributed to the revolution and ensuring the sufficient Lunar New Year for the staffs and the people of the entire district. Mr. Dương Ngọc Long hoped that in the future, Định Hóa district would mobilize all resources to implement the criteria in the new rural construction, developing of handicraft villages, farms, and local specialities, taking good health care for the people, concentrating on controlling traffic safety and continuing to promote the values of the historical site, ATK of Định Hóa district. On February 15th, the delegation headed by Mr. Dương Ngọc Long, Chairman of Thái Nguyên Provincial People's Committee, went to check and encourage production activities, give gifts and offer best wishes of New Year to a number of units in the area. Visiting and encouraging workers at Núi Pháo Mining Company, Mr. Long appreciated the results achieved in the company's investment strategy and specification of the optimal solutions to go into production and business activities in the soonest possible time. For the part of Thái Nguyên province, they would direct the relevant departments and agencies to cooperate with the company to make the most appropriate policies on the investment environment for the company to complete the required plan. On behalf of the province, Mr. Long gave the best wishes to the collective, officers, and employees of the company on the occasion of the Lunar New Year. The mission also visited and encouraged officials and workers of Thái Nguyên Investment and Trade Joint Stock Company. On behalf of the delegation, Mr. Long congratulated the officials and employees of the company who tried to overcome difficulties and successfully fulfill the goals in 2012. On top of it, Mr. Long praised the company's contribution to the overall achievement of the province in the job supply for workers, ensuring local welfare and socio-economic development. In the morning of February 12, the 3rd of January lunar calendar, Minister Đinh La Thăng and members of the Ministry of Transport went to check progress and donated Lunar New Year gifts to officers and workers who were working overtime at the freeway project Hanoi Thái Nguyên. The freeway project Hanoi Thái Nguyên is initiated by the Japanese ODA loans and the Vietnamese government's counterpart funds with a total investment of over 9 trillion Vietnam dong. The project has a total length of 61.3 kilometers, in which the Thái Nguyên provincial route is 29.253 kilometers long. The minister paid a visit to check the staff members, workers, and send New Year greetings to all officers, employees, contractors, consultants, and monitoring units. Moreover, he expressed his deep appreciation to the invaluable efforts of the construction units that try to overcome difficulties to accelerate ongoing construction throughout the Tet holiday period. Minister Đinh La Thăng also asked investors and contractors to work effectively in collaboration with the functional agencies and the localities in Thái Nguyên province to resolve the existing problems in the work of land clearance, accelerate the speed of the project implementation, and resettlement for the affected households in the construction process. In the morning of February 13, the 4th of January lunar calendar, at the relics cluster of Koh Muay Pagoda and Temple in Phú Bình district, The People's Committee of the district, in collaboration with the Thái Nguyên Provincial Association of Journalists, Thái Nguyên Radio and Television Station, organized the opening ceremony of Thái Nguyên Spring Newspaper Festival 2013 at Cầu Muối Pagoda and Temple Festival. Built after the period of the Lê Dynasty, the relics cluster of Cầu Muối Pagoda and Temple includes the temple to worship the god of the village, Dương Tự Minh, who made contributions to the king of the Lý dynasty against the Sung enemy. Cầu Muối Temple to worship Buddhist, the Upper Temple to worship the Mẫu Thượng Ngàn, and the Công Đồng Temple to worship the Mẫu Liễu Hạnh. Along with the carefully stored ancient architecture, the relics cluster of Cầu Muối Pagoda and Temple preserve valuable ancient relics such as stone incense trees, bronze gongs, altars, incense burners, ancient statues, and the like. The formal ceremonies commemorated merits of expansion territory and protecting the homeland of our ancestors. Besides, a lot of art performances in the festival of Cầu Muối Pagoda and Temple, which were imbued with regional folklore and folk games such as lion dance, tug of war, attracted tourists from everywhere to attend and support. The Thái Nguyên Spring Newspaper Festival 2013 gathered more than 1,000 spring editions of the national mass media agencies that served as an introduction to selected press works of Thái Nguyên Provincial Radio and TV and classified high-quality press works. Apart from the reading area, there was an introduction place of electronic presses and websites of the provincial news agencies. In the exciting atmosphere of the early days of the New Spring 2013, on the third day of Lunar New Year, February 12 solar calendar, Phú Yên District organized the Cultivating Festival and launched the Free Planting Festival to express everlasting gratitude to President Ho Chi Minh.
The Cultivating Festival was traditionally held every year on the first day of a new spring by inhabitants who grow wet rice and pray for good weather and bumper crops. For many years, Thanh Hoa Hamlet, Trung Thanh Commune, Phú Yên District, has always been chosen to organize Cultivating Festival at the beginning of the year. This is also an opportunity for farmers to look back upon the fruits of the work of a hard labor year on the fields. After opening the ceremony with a jubilant and exciting drum-beating performance, the festival boisterously began on the fields with the competitions on cultivating and blowing by cattle and machine. On the Cultivating Festival this year, the typical products symbolizing the strength of Phú Yên District, such as handmade embroidery, flowers, mushrooms, were displayed for the delight of domestic and international visitors. On the same day, Phú Yên District held a ceremony to launch Tree Planting Festival to express their lasting indebtedness to unclehood at the campus of the Ministry Hospital number 91.
In the morning of February 15th, the 6th of January lunar calendar, Phú Lương District People's Committee held the opening ceremony of the Duam Temple Festival to commemorate the national hero Dương Tự Minh, who had merits of expelling the northern enemy.
Prior to the Duam Temple Festival on the 6th of January lunar calendar, there were a lot of visitors sightseeing, worshipping at the temple, and participating in some launching activities to welcome the year Phú Lương Tourism and Tourism Advertising 2013. Also, the festival witnessed the exhibitions of the main products of each locality, folk cultural activities, and art performances. In addition to a lot of fun and lively activities with folk games from morning to night as corn throwing, tugs of war, ethnic costume performance, catch ears in jazz, music performances. The festival this year had exhibition booths to display products of 16 communes and towns in the district. Booths for cakes, glutinous rice, tea, mushrooms, honey, and the like attracted many people who were either sightseeing or shopping. The spring breeze made trees, flower, leaves fresher, more sparkling and colorful, adding to the spring-like atmosphere of the festival that kindled the people's faith in the new year with lots of good hopes and best wishes.
In the morning of February 13th, at the temple to worship Lưu Nhân Chú in Văn Yên Commune, Đại Từ District, Thái Nguyên Province, Đại Từ District People's Committee held the launching ceremony of Núi Văn and Núi Võ Festival. The festival is held on the annual 4th of January lunar calendar to commemorate the merits of the genius general Liu Yuanchu, who was one of the founding fathers of the late dynasty in the late 15th century. The Núi Văn and Núi Võ festival is held every year to express devotion and remember the merits of the grace of Liu Yuanchu, who was one of the most elite notables of the holy ground in Đại Từ, Thái Nguyên. He was also a good general on military strategies of our country, which was highly praised in history books, contributing to honor the Liu family in Đại Từ district. Moreover, the festival is an opportunity to remind and educate national traditions for today and the generations to come. In solemn atmosphere, the local people and tourists burned incense respectfully to express profound gratitude to General Liu Yuanchu. The Liu family of General Liu Yuanchu received Holy Communion and made a speech to deeply appreciate the merits of Liu Yuanchu and review the heroic battle of the nation during the wars to save and protect the country, reporting to the ancestors and the predecessors on the positive results in the process of renovation and building a prosperous country like today. And that's the end of our program today. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.